students, welcome to the grand finale of Universal Values Junior category. Shalini, first of all, thank you for setting the context of this entire IntelliGem that we have for this year. Ladies and gentlemen, TCS iON is one of those very few companies, a pioneer when it comes to 21st century skills. They came up with an initiative called the IntelliGem to school students even before 21st century skills was a mandate for school children. They identified these requirements or these skills that are very, very important for our school children for their future and came up with the IntelliGem program. These kids whom we have with us today are all from classes 5 and 6. They have gone through multiple rounds of testing where their aptitude and application both have been checked. They've gone through 2 rounds of testing, if I'm not wrong, and then another round of personal interview to reach this grand finale. Yes, they have gone through a lot of grueling rounds to reach this grand finale, and you will know why they go through so many rounds when you witness this finale. The judges whom we have with us here today, one, a lady who is an educator and an entrepreneur, Ms. Gayatri Fadnis, and the second judge is someone who works very closely with the education department of the government of Karnataka, Mr. Ram Prasad. I'll get to the detailed introduction of the judges a little later, but first, let us get to know our finalists. First up, we have Sarthak Goyal from Ryan International School, Thane. Alright, thank you, Sarthak. Up next is Sia Wani from Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania School, Thane. Following Sia is Anusuya Parashar from Padma Seshadri Bhag Bhavan in T. Nagar, Chennai. And completing our lineup here today is Shringesh Bish from Ryan International School, Ludhiana. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the lineup I have for you here today. Yes, they are very cute, they are from classes 5 and 6, but believe me, you will be flabbergasted when you listen to the point of views and perspectives that they bring to the table. Let's begin with the first round of this finale, TCS iON IntelliGem Universal Values Junior category, Me in 30 seconds. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, in this particular round, our finalists will introduce themselves in 30 seconds. Believe me, they are very creative when they introduce themselves. The context in which they introduce themselves is universal values, but they will see themselves as a leader, and how they will uphold the universal values as a leader is how they will introduce themselves. I first request Sarthak Goyal from Ryan International School, Thane, to introduce himself. Sarthak, 30 seconds of time, starting now.
Hello everyone, I am Sarthak Goyal from Ryan International School, Thane. I study in grade 5. Some of my hobbies are playing the keyboard, exploring new places, and writing stories. In my opinion, the key to be a good leader is self-respect and respecting others. Also, to gain others' respect, we should be compassionate and we should have empathy and dignity towards others. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarthak. That was a short, sweet, and very full introduction by him there. Alright, up next is Sia from Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania School. Sia, your 30 seconds of time, starting now.
Hello everyone, I am Sia Wani from Thane, the city of lakes. I study in grade 6 in Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania School. Introducing myself in this grand finale, especially on the topic Universal Values, gives me immense pride, pleasure and gratitude, because these are the values that have been passed down to us by our grandparents and parents, and we, the next generation of young girls, will carry them forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Sia. Values coming down from in a family as legacy is what you spoke of. Up next is Anusuya from PS Chennai. Go ahead, Anasuya.
I'm Anusya Parashar of Class 6 from PSBB School, Chennai. I wish you all on the auspicious occasion of Mattu Pongal, a festival which celebrates the universal value of thankfulness and gratitude. As a leader, I will tell all of the people to be thankful to what they have. We should be thankful to God. God kept us all safe during this tough year. Our families and our teachers who motivated us and also taught us. Our friends who made us happy and cheered us up. The technology which kept us all connected, and the doctors and the frontline workers who also helped us fight this COVID 19 pandemic. Personally, I'm thankful for all the time I got to learn so many new things and start so many new hobbies. I started learning Bharatnatyam, table tennis. I learned how to cook round chapatis. I started reading a lot of wonderful books. I'm also thankful to the Percy Jackson, my favorite fictional character themed cake, which I got on my birthday day before yesterday. I end with wisdom from Winnie the Pooh. Even if you have a small heart, it can hold a large amount of gratitude.
Thank you, Anasuya. And completing this round for us is Shringesh Bish from Ryan International School, Ludhiana. Shringesh, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tringesh Bish. I study in class 5 in Ran International School, Ludhiana, which is in Punjab. While I'm free, I grab a Rubik's Cube and start playing with it, as it increases my patience. I try to absorb empathy and apply it in my daily life, because empathy is a value that every leader should have, because it helps the leader to know what the team is exactly going through and respond accordingly, due to which the team will definitely contribute its best and stay united. Thank you.
Thank you, Shringesh. Well, patience from Rubik's Cube is what he said. That's a very new angle of perspective to Rubik's Cube I had never heard of before. That's why I told you, ladies and gentlemen, that these kids have a lot of fresh and new perspectives that we would love to listen to. Let's now move on to the second round of this grand finale of Universal Values Junior category. Your thoughts. Here we go. In this round, ladies and gentlemen, the kids have been given a topic that they have to be prepared with and have to speak for 1 minute. As the round suggests, your thoughts, all we want to know is their thoughts. Let's first take a look at the topic on your screen. Which universal value would you award the value of the year and why? Shringesh, you have a minute's time on this. The time starting now.
Okay. So I would award unity as the value of the year. Unity is the value that teaches us to stay together. Because of unity, India achieved the milestone of 100 crore vaccinations. But how? During the pandemic, people suffered losses and they got to know that everyone else was going through a hard time. This was the understanding which was the strength to fight off the virus and which united the people. The people understood the responsibility of how their one action can contribute to the whole nation. Before this Omicron spread, offices, schools, etc. were completely open. It was repeatedly advised to wear masks and take protection by teachers, friends, relatives, neighbors, etc. There was a kind of sense of belonging between us. Oxford University collaborated with the Serum Institute of India to create COVID vaccines. It was all due to unity, but at the same time, it also led to unity. Thank you.
Thank you, Shringesh. Unity winning the Value of the Year award according to him. Let's move on. Anasuya, your time, 1 minute of time, starting now.
I think the Value of the Year award should go to patience. Patience is a virtue, it indeed is. It is the ability to It is the ability to tolerate problems, delays, or suffering. Last year was tough and the lockdown brought everything to a standstill, but it gave us time to sit back and understand that no matter how hard things seem, there's always light at the end of the tunnel and it only comes with time. This test of patience helped us to plan better and bounce back stronger. Time always finds a way. Be calm. It helped us to deal with people with kindness and empathy because we knew that everyone was doing the best they could. It is not easy to be lying on a hospital bed or to sit at home all day without anything to do. But these are the situations which require the most patience. Patience taught me to handle failure better because I knew that I have to try again and again patiently. I can do anything, but I can't do everything. Making small improvements is enough, but being at the top is not important. Celebrating little things is very important. Patience taught me that good things in life often take time, so enjoy the process. Tough times do not last, but tough people do. And most importantly, patience taught me that this too shall pass. Thank you.
This too shall pass. As a byproduct of patience, patience winning the value of the year according to Anasuya. Let's move on to our third finalist here today. I have Sia Wani. Sia, your time on the topic starting now.
As we all know, last 2 years has been the years of a pandemic. Being a daughter to both doctor parents, I could see the pandemic through their eyes too. Be it those directly affected by the virus or the economically weaker sections of the society, the frontline workers, or even we children. Each one of us has been affected by the virus in some or the other way. Many have lost the near and dear ones. Many have lost the livelihood. What each one needed in the last year was only empathy. The world saw the pain, but also the softer side of life, the empathy towards each other. Be it those hungry on the streets being fed by someone, the dying patient's hand being held by the attending doctors or nurses, or people feeding the stray dogs. The pain was overshadowed by the empathy of we, human beings, showing humanity and love to our fellow beings. So, because of these reasons, I would give the Value of the Year award to empathy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sia. Everybody winning the Value of the Year award there. And completing this run for us is Sarthak. Sarthak, your views on the topic? Your time starting now.
Universal values are the ideas that almost everyone have the same views and opinions about. The last year has been very difficult for us, and thus we can fully say that the universal value of the year should be given to the universal value of respect. Now, let me tell you what respecting others means. Respecting others means being compassionate and giving empathy and dignity towards others. This year and the last year, in the pandemic, the very least we could do is pay respect to others. This not only helps them but lessens their pain and sorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarthak. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should take a moment here to understand and digest that these kids are actually from classes 5 and 6 and look at their views and their perspectives. Empathy, patience, unity, and respect are the values that they chose. Probably the kind of values us adults wouldn't choose. And maybe we should rethink on how we think. Alright, kids, the next round, what's your views? Coming up now. Alright, this particular round is all about debate. Okay? The topic of the debate is we live in a world of half-truths. Now this topic has been given to you beforehand. You get 8 minutes of time as a group for all the 4 of you together to debate on this particular topic. Okay? Whichever side you want to take is up to you. I will not be driving or moderating the debate. You, the four of you, have to drive this entire debate on your own, and at the end of the debate, you have to arrive at a conclusion. Okay? Because we want to see as a group what you all agree on. Okay? That is what we are very interested in. Now, the only thing I will do is I will give you a warning bell of sorts towards the end of 8 minutes. In case you all are not able to arrive at a conclusion towards the end of 8 minutes, I will give you a minute's grace time to arrive at the conclusion. Okay? The topic, we live in a world of half-truths. And your 8 minutes of time starting now.
So, I would like to start the debate with giving a very good example for the statement, we live in a world of half-truths. I completely agree with this statement, we live in a world of half-truths. Recently, I was playing badminton with my friends, and one of my friends came in the middle. I was doing a serve and it hit his eye. He went to my home to complain to my mom. And she told that, Auntie, Sarthak hit me purposely. He went back. So when I talked to my mom, I had to tell her the entire story that he came in the middle. This has surely happened to many of us, and it's called we have truth. And am I right? Would anyone like to agree?
Yes, Sarthak, I think you're very right, because basically half truths mean something that is half true, half true, or which is misrepresenting the truth, or which has a double meaning. It is used usually if we have to shield someone, a loved one, from pain, or we have to save ourselves or someone else from embarrassment and judgment. Like, even the first game we play with newborns is peekaboo, that can you see me? Now you can't. Or hide and seek, that can you find me? So I think hiding is a way of the world.
Yes, I totally agree with Sarthak and Anasuya. Because nowadays our world is totally based on social media, and the internet is loaded with so much of information that we do not even have the time to verify if it's true or not. And we come across several news headlines, read them, and then at the next moment we posted them on a social media account without even verifying if it's true or not. And the half truth is born from the speaker side also, but we are also motivating it. So nowadays our world is based on internet, and the internet is the basis of our world. So I agree that our world is of half truth.
Yes, even I agree to it. We do live in a world of half-truths. We live in a world with free access to internet. But who knows if that information is correct? They are actually not 100% true and not 100% false, as people believe it to be true. So it can be more dangerous. As Benjamin Franklin rightly said, half-truth is often a great lie.
I think that most children, when they are young, they give candid replies to whatever question they are asked. But when they start to grow up, they start hiding the truth, and they start saying half truths, because they know that some truths might be frowned upon or they might not be acceptable. And also, half truths are not something that are very new. They have been mentioned in our old epics, like in the Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna told Dronacharya that Ashwathama was dead. As Lord Dronacharya thought that his son Ashwathama was dead, so he got down from his chariot and thus got killed. But Lord Krishna cleverly hid the half truth that actually Ashwathama the elephant was dead. Dronacharya thought that his son was dead. This way, Lord Krishna got what he wanted.
Yes, if we see our history, we can see that half-truths have caused a lot of wars and riots too.
Well,
Yes, but I think that half truth can be different from lies also, because it depends upon the purpose. For example, if someone is mentally disabled or is having a speech problem, then we don't tell the complete truth to them just because of their happiness, and we cannot count it as a lie. But if suppose a thief goes for theft in one's house, and in the court he sues the person that I fell at his house and I had bleeding. Then this is the half truth because he is not telling that he went for theft. So this can be considered as a lie.
I would also like to say that this statement can be interpreted as another thing also. So, the other interpretation of this statement is we think that the rural areas where we can breathe freshly and all of those natural things us city people think. But when we actually go there, we think no, the cities are right. And same with the rural people, they think that oh, lavish life, cities, cars, buildings are all good. But when they actually go there, they do not find their true happiness. That's why another way to interpret the statement, we live in a world of half truths, is this explanation. Would anyone like to agree?
Yes, I also want to say that these days half truths are being used so much that there is a new term that is coined for them. It is faltering. It is a gray area between truth and lies.
I totally agree to Anasuya.
And also they are used by so many people. First, politicians, they use half truths to dodge uncomfortable situations or questions. Then it is used by the real estate agents or the salesmen for negotiating. It is used by advertisements to also make their product more believable.
And since you have 2 more minutes left.
Yes, I agree with Anusuya that half truths are being used a lot these days, especially to protect oneself. I said that I agree with Anusuya because nowadays half truths are being spoken a lot, and especially one speaks it to protect ourselves out of fear or immaturity. So I agree with her.
But half truths can be dangerous also. For example, if we tell a person that you will lose weight if you start dieting, that person will stop eating because many people think that dieting means to stop eating. So, half truths can be very dangerous.
Yes, they can be dangerous. Even on news channels which give fake news, say that this is happening. When they actually go to see it, they have something bad they experience. That which is another way to interpret the statement.
Yes, I think that we should basically see the intention behind the half truth. If it is to shield someone from pain or to avoid embarrassment or judgment, it is okay to use half truths. But if it is to cause someone pain intentionally or to hurt someone, then it is not right to use half truths. And also these days, so many half truths are being accepted. They are norms now, like the sun rises in the east. But is that really true? No, because it only appears to be rising because of the rotation of the earth.
Yes, so according to me, in conclusion, half truths, yes, we do live in a world of half truths, but to overcome it, we should have proper education, sound knowledge about all things.
Yes,
I completely agree that we do live in a world of half truths.
yes, and also in conclusion, we do live in a world of half truths because we see everywhere that death is the ultimate truth, but it is not. In our old Vedas, it's written that death is in death, the soul never dies, it only changes form.
I completely agree with all of us, and now I think we can reach to a conclusion and say that yes, we live in a world of half truths.
Yes.
Yes, we do live in a world of half truths.
In the most peaceful debate ever, and if I can, imagine the judges' faces, I'm pretty sure they're smiling all over, listening to these kids. Ladies and gentlemen, time to move to the penultimate round here today. Your perspective. Here we go. Alright, so in this particular round, these children will be given 6 images on their screen. 6 images right there. Each one of them will choose one image and interpret that particular image in the context of universal values. Or each one of them have about a minute's time to give us their interpretation, and then we move on to the next child. We have 6 images there, kids, so please do not repeat a person's choice. For example, say Santa picks image number 1, I wouldn't want the rest of you to again pick image number 1. We have given you 6 images, so all of you have enough choices, even if you are the last person to speak. Okay? Alright, let's look at what order we can go into now. Shringesh, you can take your pick.
Ma'am, I would like to choose the pick number 4.
Topic number 4 for Shringesh. Shringesh, your minute's time starting now.
Okay, ma'am. So this picture represents equality. Equality is the value of stating everyone as equal, irrespective of their country, religion, caste, or gender. And nowadays, like we say that girls are not as equal to boys or vice versa, then I totally disagree with that. Because we give both of them equality, and we should not even encourage a gender more or less. So
Go ahead.
I would like to say that equality is a very important value in today's world. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Shringesh. Shringesh picked image number 4 and he interpreted that as equality. Alright, up next, Anasuya, if you could take your pick.
I would like to choose pick number 1.
Picture number 1 for Anasuya. Alright, Anasuya, your minute's time starting now.
Yes, ma'am. So I think in picture number 1, I can see 2 perspectives. First is that there are 3 people all are at different levels, but they are still helping each other. That shows us that no matter what our level is, even if we are at the least, we can still help the other person. And the second interpretation that I think is that a woman is standing in the middle and she is helping 2 men. So that shows that when women are discriminated against, even in this picture, the woman is at the second level and she's the only woman in the picture. But still, women help others because in a study it is shown that women have more empathy than men, which shows us that women are more sensitive. They can handle situations very well because if we see in this COVID time, Jacinda Ardern, the new Prime Minister of New Zealand, she has handled the COVID situation so well, and there are so many women in every field which are doing so well. So I think women should get the same. I think women should get the same level, and also this picture means that you should help each other.
Okay, thank you, Anasuya. Ladies and gentlemen, let's remember that these pictures were not shared with the children beforehand. They are seeing this for the first time right now, and these are the views that they're coming up with and on the spot. Alright, up next, Sia, which image will you want to choose?
I would like to choose the image number 2.
Image number 2 for Sia. Let's see, your minute's time starting now.
This picture shows 2 people lying to each other, but both of them showing that they are friendly. I think that we shouldn't do this because lying makes the bonds, the relationships with our partners, as shown in the picture, makes the relationship more complex. Because if their truths come out, it will be like backstabbing, both of them being stabbed in the back. And also, truth always wins.
Alright, thank you, Sia. And completing this round is Sarthak. Sarthak, which image would you want to choose? You have picture number 3, 5, and 6 remaining for you.
Ma'am, I would like to choose the third image.
Picture number 3 for Sarthak. Sarthak, your minute's time starting now.
So this picture represents that unity should not be blocked and we should all live in unity together and not protest against each other. This picture also shows that if we stay together, no protest and no arguments shall be done. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Sarka. Ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned earlier, this is how our kids speak when we give them topics on the spot. They are always very quick on their feet and they know what to say. Let's move on to the last round of this grand finale of Universal Values Junior category by TCS iON IntelliGem. Jury round. Here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching TCS iON IntelliGem's Universal Values Grand Finale for the Junior category. These finalists have been doing really well so far. I'm sure the judges agree with me. But the next round is the jury round, and we really need to see how well they do in this round. Before we get into the jury round, let me quickly introduce our judges to you. First up, we have Ms. Gayatri Fadnis. She's a passionate educator and an entrepreneur, and she has taken part in the Tata Crucible quiz many times and won the quiz many times as well. She has started her own educational venture called Logicology, which also focuses on 21st century skills. And she also develops a lot of learning methods that help children to break free from the rote method of learning. And she encourages children to be thinkers, problem solvers, and innovators. Along with all of this, she also has a YouTube channel of her own, and that particular YouTube channel has garnered over 10 million views. Gayatri, thank you so much for joining us here today. Lovely to have you on board.
Hey, thank you, Rashmi. It's my pleasure. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been watching these kids for the last hour or so, and I'm absolutely in awe of how they are even thinking. I cannot imagine class 5 and 6 kids having such amazing thought process. So, thank you so much for having me over. It's my privilege.
Wonderful to have you here, Gayatri. Well, these kids are doing really well. Believe me, each and every finale or each and every event we go to, one is better than the other. You can't really compare. But at the end of the day, when we have a contest, we need a winner. Let's move on to our second judge here today, Mr. Ram Prasad. Ram is a passionate individual with close to a decade in education. He has been a part of the Teach for India initiative, playing a leadership role and working extensively with the government schools across Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. He is currently a part of the Fellows Office of the Indian Administrative Fellowship at the Department of Education of Government of Karnataka, where he takes up various roles like ideating, planning, implementing on various projects of the state. Along with all of this, he is also very passionate about the art and science of clowning. And he's also a sought-out performer when it comes to clowning. Ram, thank you so much for being a part of this. Welcome to the grand finale.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Rashmi, for inviting me, and glad to be in the panel with Gayatri. Hi, Gayatri. So, and I'm actually mesmerized by seeing all of these kids tonight, like today, and especially seeing the passion in them with which they talk, in which they actually share their thoughts, everything. So, I'm really inspired with all the 4 of them here, and it's really a tough to choose who will be the winner today. Sure, I think Gayatri will completely agree to it. So,
Absolutely. It's a tough job being a judge here.
yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, finalists, if your judges should tell you that they are inspired by all of you, then that itself is a huge winning moment for all of you. You're only in classes 5 and 6, and these people have decades of experience, and they say they are inspired by it. That's a wonderful thing to have. Alright, judges, each of you would ask questions to 2 individuals, and you can ask them questions based on anything that they have spoken during this entire event, or you can give them a small little case or a scenario based on universal values and understand their perspectives on the same. Alright, let's start with Gayatri. Gayatri, whom would you want to speak to?
Yeah. So I would like to have a question for Shringesh.
Alright, good.
So Shringesh, when you voted unity as the universal value of the year, you gave that award to unity. You mentioned a very nice point about, reaching this milestone of 100 crore vaccinations. So I have one question for you here. What is your opinion about people who are against vaccines? So, there are some people who have genuine reasons, but in general, what is your take on people who are hesitant towards vaccines?
They are hesitating towards vaccines because they think that they have not done the practical of vaccines. They think that the vaccines are not fair. But they should just ask their relatives or some another person that, oh, did he was he fine after the vaccination? Because in every vaccine there are side effects too. So he should ask the person the side effects and then take his next decision.
Okay. So personally, how would you want to, influence if you are given this task of convincing people that they should go for a vaccine, because as you said, this is something which would promote unity. Okay, so together all of us got to this milestone. If you want to take it further, how would you want to promote that?
Ma'am, then I will just speak that you should believe vaccine because there are not much side effect and what happened with me, and I should tell to them, I should convince them to believe me and the government.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Alright, Ram, who would you want to speak to?
Yeah, I would like to speak to Sarthak first.
Alright, good.
Hi, Sarthak. Sarthak, so you in your introduction, you were telling about some great values of how a leader should be, things like that, right? So can you share about your favorite leader and what are the three top values or three top universal values that you admire from that leader?
That leader would be Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji, because he supported unity, he supported respecting everyone, and he also supported looking into everyone's views, no matter religion or gender.
Thank you, Sarthak.
Welcome.
Great. Gayatri, we have Anusuya and Sia. Whom do you want to speak with?
Okay, so I have a question for Anusuya here.
Go.
Yeah. So again, just speaking on something you said earlier. So you mentioned about this episode from Mahabharata where Lord Krishna had a half truth. So I have a question for you here. Do you, recommend something like that? So, the side of story that we've always heard is, Lord Krishna has probably done the right thing. But personally, if you have to, evaluate that situation without any context, how would you take a look at it?
If I have to see that particular episode, there's a difference between lying and speaking the half truth. You are lying means you are just making up something. Saying half truth is you're hiding something. Lord Krishna did it to get the right thing because Dronacharya was fighting for the wrong side. He was supporting the people who did not respect other people just because of something they had done. I don't think that is right. That is why Lord Krishna decided to hide something so that he could get the right thing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Alright. Ram, that leaves you with Sia. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Sia. In your picture round, you mentioned something very nice about the bonds between two people, right? So this really shows that you actually like your friends a lot. And can you share about your best friend and what is the value that you love about your best friend that she possesses or he possesses?
Actually, my best friend, she is very kind. She actually understands what I talk about. Sometimes I get impatient. And she handles it so well that it makes me feel that wow, I have such a nice friend. Because many a times people get backstabbed by their friends, but my friend is she is kind, she understands things, so what I like about her the most is kindness.
Hey, thank you. Thanks a lot, Sia.
Sia, how old are you?
I just completed 12.
Right, so all of you are between the ages of 10 to 12, right? Wonderful. Well, you heard that, ladies and gentlemen, all of them are between the ages of 10 to 12. Judges, thank you so much for being a part of this grand finale here today. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the grand finale of TCS iON IntelliGem Universal Values, the junior category, and we have just completed the entire grand finale. You don't go anywhere, there are many more IntelliGem finales coming up. Make sure you watch all of them, because I promise you that each and every event is going to be very, very entertaining and educational as well. So please go ahead and watch all of them, and we will see you at the next event. You take care.